All right. I want to say hello and welcome to everybody out there. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom, W5KUB. The show is about ham radio, shortwave listening, electronics. We kind of mix it all up there. So if you're out there as a shortwave listener tonight, we really appreciate you being with us tonight. We're glad you're with us. That's how many of us got started in ham radio, by shortwave listening many years ago. It's a fun hobby. If you're out there listening on WBCQ on 7490, hey, send us an email and let us know where you are and how you're hearing the shortwave station tonight. Our email address is tom@w5kub.com, tom@w5kub.com, and we'd love to hear from you. Also, if you will, guys, hit our subscribe button. Here's a little note right there. Look at that. See that little button right there? I want you to press that subscribe button. That really helps us out to get new viewers, and it helps YouTube to promote our channel. So please do that. We'd like to invite you to our ham radio group. We have a ham radio group of almost 13,000 people now. And it follows the show. It follows a lot of the projects we're doing, or it's just a ham radio site. It covers just whatever you want to cover in ham radio. If you have questions, there's a lot of great people in here that can help you out if you've got a problem with something. So please just do a search on Facebook for W5KUB, and we will approve you as soon as you hit the join button. And just join that Facebook group. We'd love to have you there. Hey, many people may not know it, but this show is in a lot of places. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on shortwave, and we're also carried by nearly every podcast carrier, out there. I had a picture here somewhere of my podcast carriers. Here we go. We're carried on iTunes and Google Play, iNet Radio. All the guys that are carrying us every week, more and more people are picking the show up. And we, believe it or not, we have a lot of people that listen to and or download the program every week. We've got almost as many people listening to the show on this podcast here as we do that watch it on YouTube. So please join us, and we got multiple ways. There you go, WBCQ 7490. That's our new antenna and our hard line that goes out there. It's always cold up there. I bet they don't have any snow though right now. Anyway, okay, so that's kind of the deal. Hey, I'm gonna have to do some packing tonight after the show, and this is our yearly ham radio adventure. I call it. I don't know. At work, it was a guy's thing. I had to deal with my boss, that, hey, I've been doing this for 40 years, going to Dayton for 40 years, and nothing was going to get in the way. He said, don't let anything ever get in the way of that. That's your guy trip. Just do it. So this is our guy trip. We're going to have a lot of fun up there. And there's going to be girls there, too, I'm sure. Nothing against them. And we're just going to have fun. So I should be packing tonight. I'm not going to do it. The show is takes priority tonight, so we're going to just try to get through the show tonight. What I'd like to do tonight, I would love to talk about hamvention experiences from you guys. And I'm going to open in a few minutes. I'm going to open the phone lines in addition to Zoom. We'll open Zoom up, but we're going to also open the phone lines up. And I'd love for you guys to call in and let's talk about hamvention. Anything you want to, exploding sewers, tents inside the building. I've got some stories. I want to hear from you. And I know a lot of you have a face for radio and you don't like calling in on Zoom. So if you got a face for radio, that's okay. I'll open the phone lines there. Let's see. All right. So I'm getting out of here tomorrow. Here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do that. We're going to talk about hamvention experiences. And also, we're going to try to make a few HF contacts tonight on my remote base. I'm going to be taking the remote base with us in the truck tomorrow as we drive the 535 miles. And I'd like you guys to try to talk to us, on HF. Now, that's the remote base, so the rig will be here in Collierville, and it'll be out there on an outside antenna. No mobile antenna, but we will be mobile. And we're going to play with the remote base here in a few minutes. So fire up your rigs, fire up your amplifiers, get ready. So when we do that, you're going to be on the show. You're going to be on the show coming in through my remote base here. Maybe we'll have a contest to see who had the loudest signal. Yeah. And I could try different bands. Maybe we try 40 and 20. We'll try different bands. I can even do 80. All right. So that's kind of where we are right now. It's going to be late for us getting out tomorrow. We've got some things that are delaying us from leaving. We've got friends who have grandkids graduating from school, and they've got to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning. So that means we got to wait for them, and then we will probably get out of here about noontime. That will probably put us in Dayton about midnight tomorrow night. So that's kind of the plan for now. Let's go out to our other co-host there tonight and see what is going on. I see Glenn's up there right now. Glenn and some big furry ball of something's there. How you doing, Glenn?
I'm doing good. Yeah, they're getting excited too. Both of the demons. They are going to a cat show, the first cat show in 2 years. We're going to be going to Huntsville in June, and they're getting geared up, working, and excited to go. They think this packing this week is for them. They're going to be sadly disappointed.
Well, if you take them to Dayton, we would put a camera on them and let them just walk around out there. We've seen the chicken cam. I think there was a chicken cam out there one year, and there was a goat cam out there one year.
Well, there's a gentleman that has a Bengal cat out there in the flea market area that I've seen every year since I've been going in 2014. So for, almost 8, 9, 10 years now, that Bengal has been out with him just sitting there in the back of his truck.
I missed that. I don't want to get too close to that.
Oh, no. Bengal's just a house cat. They're just
is it? I thought that was one of those animals that weighed about 120 pounds and had stripes.
No.
Had stripes on them and all that.
They're big, hefty cats, but they're very friendly, very playful cats.
All right.
And he's had that cat, like I say, every year I go out there, I see it.
All right. But, okay. Let's jump over to Bill. I know Bill is busy. And he's got work to do tonight, but he's with us. How you doing, Bill?
I'm putting solar panels on 2 trackers that we're going to fly at the Dayton hamvention. We've got W8BI-11 and W8BI-12 on APRS, and we'll be flying those right after the BalloonSat forum, which is 11:05 to 12:15, I think, on Friday. I believe it's Forum Room 3, which is a big room. So come one, come all. Tom will be one of our speakers. And so we're going to have a nice lineup of speakers. We've got Hans Summers, G0UPL, will be just describing his new Whisper board that does Whisper, JT9, Hellschreiber, and Morse code. And it's a little tiny board that about the same size of the board that you've been flying with that ICT board.
Yeah.
And he just came out with that product from QRP Labs. So we'll be, Hans will be giving a little talk on that. And then Tom will be talking about his balloon adventures, both around the world and up and down here to the stratosphere. And then we'll have Jack McElroy, KM4ZIA. He'll be discussing how youth can get excited about STEM fields through flying balloons. So it'll be a fun time. And then right afterwards, we're going to launch 2 balloons. And Tom may be able to fly one of his whisper balloons to cooperate, although I believe you said the winds are about 20 knots. Which
Well,
is
no, I'm seeing 30 miles per hour.
Well, that's a calm day for Dayton.
Yeah, it is. It is. Now, hey, just quickly,
I got my hamvention hat on.
okay. Hey, now give me the calls again. I thought I put in. I need to look and see what I put a tracking page on my website where we could track all three, from the same link on my page. But I thought I put W8. I thought it was a C instead of a B.
It's Whiskey 8 Bravo Italy, which is the Derek club call. And it's -11 and -12. There'll be two of them.
Okay, so it's the Bravo.
Bravo India, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll check and make sure that's done. All right, so I'm working with some locals up there for the launch site for our balloon. We're going to try to launch from about 30 feet altitude. We're not going to launch from the ground. We're going to launch up high. And I'm thinking if we start off at 30 feet, we might be at 35 feet by the time we get to the power lines down there, So,
well, unless you hit a downdraft.
Yeah, so that's and so that's our plan. I've got people up there right now working on our launch pad, so we can launch from not ground level. So we're gonna see how that works out. We may have to launch 2 or 3 times, and as long as the tracker doesn't get damaged or we get a hole in the balloon, we'll try again. And
well, we'll be probably out near the food court somewhere, or over just east of that area where we did the last time, where the RVs are parked right as you enter the outdoor flea market.
Yeah.
That seemed like a nice open area, so we might launch out there. So we'll just look at it and look at the winds. So it'll be probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock.
All right.
I'm only going to be at Dayton on Friday. My nephew, Matthew, is graduating from Lebanon, Ohio. And so we're going to have a graduation ceremony on Saturday in Dayton, and then also on Sunday. So I won't be able to make the hamvention on Saturday and Sunday.
All right. Well, that just means
these people scheduling graduations on
I know,
Dayton weekend. I mean, that's just not legal. It's not
happens.
right. But I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to be in Huntsville on field day weekend at a cat show. So who am I to talk?
Well, you better figure out a way of stringing an antenna between the two cats.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be staying virtually across the street from your setup there at the Space Center.
The Marriott.
What is that, K4 BFT?
Yeah, K4 Big Fat Turkey.
Yeah,
anyway,
I remembered him. He was back in Packet Radio way back when.
That's the Huntsville Amateur Radio Club's field day site, right next to Space Camp, out in the open field. And so come on out. They've got a good cookout, and usually have 7 stations up.
Yeah, I'll probably sneak out when I get there on when I get back Saturday evening.
They'll be going full steam ahead.
All right. Hey, Mark in the chat room says he suggests using the track for the launch. Now, that track has light poles all around it, all around the track. So that could be an issue. Plus, it depends on which way the wind's blowing to line up with the track. We're gonna have to. We'll check this thing out. We'll figure it out there. Oh, we'll figure it out.
Gives you a good trampoline.
Yeah, and just jump a few times until we just keep going higher and higher, and then let it go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we might even try that, but we've got a secret plan. I don't know if Mark P is in the chat room or not, but I'm working with Mark P. He's getting some equipment material together for our launch pad, and we think we can launch from at least 30 foot in the air, and maybe, if no downdrafts, maybe we can make it. All right,
Well,
so hey, just real quick,
that's going to be rough.
yeah. Just real quick, hey, a couple things. A friend of mine overseas, John Lanigan. He has a lot of Facebook groups. One of them is very popular. It's about in-fed antennas. Very popular group there. But he's starting another group up. There used to be a magazine called Take 20. Take 20 was and they finally discontinued the magazine. But I think John is going to start it back up. He's working on it. And the Take 20 magazine basically was projects that you can build that had less than 20 parts and cost less than 20 shillings. Now, I don't know what's a shilling, guys? Somebody in the chat room, look up a shilling. This would be a UK shilling, and tell me what that is. I looked a shilling up a while ago, and it was 17 cents, but that's not right. I think that was for Aruba or somewhere. Who knows where it was? In my listing, I couldn't find the UK or England. They weren't in the listing. I saw euros. So, is the UK? They're not using euros, are they? Anybody know?
Well, they just jumped off of that euro standard.
Yeah, they're still using shillings there. So, hey, this project, he's going to ramp it back up. Projects they have less than 20 parts for under 20 shillings. It's about a quarter. Okay, so that wasn't too far off. So, hey, that'd be what, $5? 20 shillings is $5. So, electronic project, 20 parts or less for under $5. And anyway, you can check that website out and join it if you like. It's called Take 20. He's just starting it up. Take 20. Also, just one other announcement. John Hudson from SDR Play contacted me this week and just wanted to know if we were going to be webcasting up there, and he wanted to get by, and I gave him the news that we're not going to stream live this year. But they've got some new information. I think maybe some new product or some new things that are coming out. Steve K55ENW will be there at the with the SDR Play booth there. So y'all get by and check out the SDR Play booth there and see what their new announcements are. All right. So, hey, Glenn, did you ever finish up that QRP radio? What have you been working on lately?
Oh, I've been busting my butt getting stuff ready for the new book. And got this here. Get it powered up. And what we have done is we have taken our little QRP radio. This is a 40-meter CW transceiver, given it a let it finish booting here. Oh, it doesn't like the power connectors, but given it a new TFT display and just all the cool stuff. Let's see.
Yeah.
You can.
The
lighting's been screwing up the display. So, but it's got all the features now. RIT, built-in keyer, the whole 9 yards with a color TFT display now. So we got that all built. It's ready to be photographed and done up for the book. And then over here, we've got the brand new lightning detector.
All right. And now, what's that thing sticking up off of it?
That is the little antenna I spaced off. It'll just do it this way.
Yeah.
I spaced off the lightning sensor. I don't think you'll even be able to read the screen with this. But you've got a lot of RF noise happening right here.
Oh, okay.
So I spaced it out here to give it a little bit of space.
Yeah.
And so that's what we got. That's all built and ready, all finished up. It even has an antenna disconnect on it now, so when it senses lightning, it will disconnect the antennas or trigger a relay that you can use to disconnect antennas. And then if it hasn't detected lightning for an hour, it'll reconnect the antennas automatically.
All right.
So we've updated all of the projects in the book. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm taking the best projects from the first three books and upgrading them and adding all of the features that I said that you could do, and I'm doing it myself and adding in all of those features. And that's what's going to be in this next book that we're hoping to have out in time for Dayton next year.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I was trying to look up, answer a question here. Well, hey, you're going to be busy with ARL. You're not going to take any of these projects up there, right?
No.
Okay, you're just going to be signing the book.
Security. Yeah. Here, I'm going to go through security with this. You know, like they're saying in the chat room, a Borg cube.
Yeah, well.
I'm going to go through security with this. Yeah. I'll be in handcuffs and.
Yeah, you know what? You might not make it to Dayton if you
I
try
wouldn't
to
make it through
that.
security.
Yeah. Well,
but I do have to tell you this. I have found a unique new way to finance my Hamfest, and you need to look into doing this for next year.
What is that?
I stopped to the store and I got me one of these.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey.
And it says that I can win up to $4,000. Well, there you go. There's my Hamfest budget right there.
Well, let me tell you, one of my favorite songs is, I think it's When It Rains, It Pours. I don't know if you've heard this or not. But the guy, his wife leaves him, and he's drunk, and then his day turns around, and he's got just a perfect life ever since then. He takes a scratch off just like that, and he wins $100. So I was just thinking the same thing today. I was looking at a picture of the W5 KUB truck going up there with a gas nozzle in the side of it. And I'm thinking, okay, man, it's going to cost $100 to fill this sucker up each time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to find me a scratch-off ticket too there.
Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, I'd be happy winning $5, much less 100. But I got really lucky this year. I was going to have to drive alone, and that's a 10-hour trip for me. And I was just like, not this year. And so I decided back right after Orlando in February that I was going to fly to Dayton and booked me a flight. And like you say, at $100 a fill up, but I normally have to fill up, maybe 2-3 times on the way up and, 2.5 times on the way home. I mean, call it 5 tanks of gas. That'd be almost $400 to $500 worth of gas. And my ticket costs less than that.
Oh, yeah.
So I got real lucky by doing it this way.
All right. Hey, I was reading John's email to me from SDR Play, and he said they're going to be in Building 3. I don't have the booth number, but someone was asking what booth. So just go in Building 3. It's not that large. You should be able to just walk around, and you'll find them there. And Steve will be manning the SDR Play booth there with his call is KI5ENW. That's Steve in Building 3. All right, so I don't know about you guys got these jobs all the time. I mean, you're running late. You don't have time to do all this stuff before Dayton. Right now, Bill is trying to get some trackers glued together and some panels on.
I thought I was bad. Here he is, the Tuesday night before he's leaving on Thursday, and he's building up 2 trackers, and I'm sitting here complaining about having to do laundry and bust my tail and go to work tomorrow and, try to get everything arranged and packed and loaded for my trip.
Well, hey, Bill sent me a really nice note last night. It says, hey, I'm running behind on everything. Can you pressure test 2 balloons and get them ready for us? Okay. Well, so I stayed up a little late last night, and I pressurized 2 balloons up way past the pressure that we need in the atmosphere up there. But I told him, I said, Bill, it takes overnight to get the air out. I can get the air in pretty fast, but man, to get all that air out of those balloons, it took overnight with I put some quilts, very soft quilts on top to try to give it a little pressure, and finally this morning I squeezed all the last little air out. So we don't want any air in those balloons, but we got them. And I don't know if I hope I don't forget anything. I guess if I forget it, we'll either do without it or we'll buy it up there. You know?
That's kind of the way I am right now.
Yeah.
And interesting thing, while we're talking about Dayton, before we get in further, I just want to know, I saw got this month's CQ magazine and took it to work to read on my lunch break today. And ICOM, or I saw it on a feed somewhere, maybe it's a Facebook feed, ICOM is announcing a new radio of some description at Dayton.
Oh, really?
And I don't know what kind of radio it is, but we're going to have to go check out the new rig from ICOM.
Yeah, well, ICOM is just a skip and a jump in the same building we're in, so
Right.
I'll get to maybe check that out and see what it is.
Yeah,
Hey,
going to have to check that out. But yeah, just, everybody going, be sure to check out ICOM because they got a new toy.
Yeah.
And when you know how we love new toys.
Yeah. Okay. I still have, and I posted it on Facebook, I still have one ticket, one vendor ticket. If somebody needs it, contact me. I won't be able to pick it up till I get there tomorrow, or Thursday morning, but I've got a ticket that I'm not using. So if anybody's interested in going, let me know if you need that ticket. All right. Hey,
we go.
Bill, you got anything going, or you're still gluing right now? Let's see if Bill comes back. Right now, he's gluing.
He's busy. Tell you what,
gluing.
share your screen real quick, and I can show you
Okay.
some of the pictures I've got here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let me turn the share on. All right. I should do it.
Yeah, we can show this real quick. Since you can't see it on the screen, how's that?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that is the new lightning detector screen.
Oh, okay.
And, it shows it's got all the little status information, the parameters that you set here at the bottom. And then the main display, and that will go yellow if it's just a high noise or a non-lightning event. And it also has a bypass switch so that you can keep the antenna connected if you really want to, and it again will turn the screen yellow but still track the lightning events.
Now, I don't think you got this in there, but maybe this is a feature you can add to it. And of course, I'll take a small royalty for this idea.
Small royalty, yeah.
A small royalty for this idea, but if that thing's connected to your antenna and you're operating, you don't want it just disconnecting your antenna while you're operating. You need to send
Right.
a warning tone, beep, 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 or something.
Well, you've got a relay contact, so you could easily add that.
Yeah, I guess you could. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That ought to be worth.
This is what the guts of it looks like, by the way.
Yeah.
Just an Arduino Nano, the detector, the relay, and it all fits inside one of those cute little boxes.
Yeah.
See what
Okay.
What there's the building process of it.
So we've got people in the chat room right now already saying that they need that lightning protector. So,
And there's the bottom side construction on how I actually wire it. That's using all that 30 gauge wire.
yeah.
I need to talk to you about all those spools of 30 gauge wire you talked about last week.
Yeah, I've got some here. All right.
That's there's the finished assembly there. And it works with either the SparkFun or the generic Chinese lightning detector module.
Okay, and it'll pick lightning up about how far away? 20-something miles?
40 kilometers, which is right at
24 miles?
24 miles.
Yeah, something like that. Isn't it 0.6 times the kilometer?
Yeah.
0.62
So,
or something like that, I think.
24 miles, and it tells you how far away the lightning is and how strong it is. The strength is just a relative number that it's
Yeah.
got, and I converted that into a scale from 1 to 100. So it actually would tell you how strong the lightning events are as well.
Okay.
And with the storms we had this past weekend, I had just finished it, and it was in here just triggering away the whole weekend. So that's all finished. It's ready for the book. So that's 2 book projects. I've got a third on the workbench right now. So we're rolling right through. The goal is to have about 20 of the older projects all updated, and then about 5 or 6 brand new ones.
Yeah.
And that'll be for the new book. And the target is to have it in ARRO's hands around Christmas, which means, 3-4 months worth of editing and prep and printing, and hopefully we can have it out in time for Dayton next year.
All right. We're looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing you there. I have no idea if it's going to rain on us. I think we'll have a little bit of rain, maybe one morning.
It's going to rain some. I don't think it's going to be that bad.
Yeah, maybe.
The good news is, the Huntsville HamFest folks sent me an email, and I'm going to be doing an all-new Arduino forum for them. It's not going to be my traditional forums. The title is Arduino, the Next Generation. And we're going to be leaving the Uno and the Nano and your traditional Arduinos in the dust with this one.
All right.
So we're going to have some really neat new stuff.
Well, that's cool. All right. Well, I think Bill is still working. Bill can jump in here. He's probably listening. He can jump in here whenever he gets a free minute here. So we're going to open the phone lines in just a minute, and we're going to see if we can get some participation here. And I want to hear your experiences about hamvention, and then we're going to try some contacts here live on the show with the remote base. And I hope you guys out there have got a radio that can reach me. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. Crank that kilowatt up so I can hear you. You probably won't be able to hear me. My remote base here is only running 100 watts. All right. Well, hey, we'll be right back in just a minute. Everybody just stick around with us and don't go away. With ICOM. Field Day is ham radio's most popular event and is just around the corner. It's June 26th and 27th. More than 40,000 North American hams come together to operate remotely. Contact with nature, contact with friends. With a powerful and high-quality ICOM base station easily cut through the pileups to get that contesting edge, our popular IC705 portable, the IC7300, and the IC7610 SDR transceivers are the clear choice for DXers and contesters across the globe. The IC705 is a perfect transceiver for hams who enjoy both the great outdoors and indoors, or field day. It's a portable package covering HF 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters, and is weighing in at just under 2 pounds. It has a 4.3-inch touchscreen with a live band scope and waterfall. It runs 5 watts with a battery or 10 watts with a 13.8 volt DC power supply, integrated GPS with antenna and GPS logger, and the speaker microphone, the HM243, comes standard. The IC7300 is a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design that will far exceed your expectations. This innovative HF transceiver digitizes RF before various receiver stages, reducing the generated inherent noise in different IF stages. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, and real-time spectrum scope. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out faint signals in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling, software-defined radio that has changed the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, 110 dB RMDR, independent dual receiver, and dual digiselect. For more information, visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
All right. Hey, got some good news. Maybe it's good news. Joe Eisenberg reported today that Verizon has put a new cell tower right across the street from the fairgrounds right there, and that it's 5G capability and great signal. Now, that's great. I'm on Verizon, but I still wonder what's going to happen when you get 20,000 people 100 yards from that tower, and every one of them have got a phone, man. I don't know. But, hey, it's got to be better than no tower out there at all.
Well, I've just got 2 words: stress test.
Yeah, we'll test it there.
Yeah,
the cell service at Hera used to be pretty good for a few years. And then, man, we got attacked by lightning in 1 year, and I think it took a tower out, and I don't think they ever rebuilt or replaced that tower. And ever since after that, phones were useless up there, and it was just about impossible to even make a phone call,
I haven't paid attention, but the Xenia, my phone seemed to work just fine out there at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
But I never really paid it, because I'm at a ham fest. I'm not paying attention to my darn phone.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. If my phone goes off, the world is collapsing. So I'm like, no.
Well, it's been something that, of course, we use, and when we stream a show, we need the internet. So this year, I'm just hoping that we can get a good enough signal that we can get, our email. Email doesn't take much bandwidth, pretty slow connection. So as long as we can pull our email in and out, and maybe do a Facebook picture or something, or an update.
Pretty much the way I am.
I think we'll be in good shape there.
Yeah.
So let's see, Bill's back now. Bill's back here. I think he was on a phone call. So Bill, have you got those trackers finished tonight?
Well, I'm working on them. That's W8BI11.
All right.
Got to put the solar panels on here in a minute. So I've got them over here somewhere. So what I do is...
How do you put those up? Do you use something like hot glue?
No, this is... I use brass tubing from Albion Metals.
I got you.
And I support I tape the panels.
Yeah.
I bend over the end. And that's the ground return, and that holds the panel in place. And then I put Kapton tape on the bottom, and then run 2 wires for the DC for the positive.
Yeah. Okay.
And these are flexible panels. You can abuse them and touch them, and they're not going to break. They're not as powerful as those monocrystalline cells you use, but see, the support rod is actually the ground return. So that mounts on the back of my board. I've got a silver trace on the back of the board where it mounts to, and I just solder that on.
Now, Bill, are those panels parallel, or you got them in series? I'm guessing parallel.
They're in parallel.
Okay. All right.
They're 3.6 volts, 75 milliamps each.
Yep.
And for full, getting down to about 15 degrees elevation with a flat panel, I need both of them.
I tried one of those panels there on the little tracker that I use, and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't put out the current or something.
You need 2 of them. That's the reason. You can't do it with just one of these.
Yeah.
So that's why I parallel them, and I run them through Schottky diodes. You lose about 0.18 volts through the Schottkys, but it keeps them from charging one of the cells if it's shaded or if you have a super cap on it. So
Yeah.
but anyways, I just solder that onto the board, attach the B plus wires. B plus. You like
B plus.
that?
Yeah.
That's old school.
Yeah.
It's not 600 volts.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's B plus. Hey guys, in the chat room, you need to say congratulations to Bill. Look how good his internet signal is. He's coming in 5.9 plus 20 tonight. Yeah.
Well, the lighting's a little there.
Yeah.
I'll increase the contrast. I had my overhead light, my light for soldering, my magnifier light.
All right. So, you driving up on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm coming up on Thursday, and
Okay.
I'll be staying in Lebanon and then driving on in the morning on
Okay.
Friday.
Well, I'll see you. I'll see you Friday morning, then. Sometime, just find us out there. You got my phone number. You can call us if we're not there at the booth.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm just remembering some of the stories about hamvention. Have you gone over any of those stories yet?
No, not yet. Let me put the phone number out there, and also let me put the Zoom link out there. Let's just get some people in here. I want to hear some funny stories, man. I'll tell you mine. Y'all probably already heard my story though, but I've had some exciting adventures up there over the years. Let me see. Where's my?
I'll start
Here we
off
go.
with
Here.
when they used to hold it in April, the end of
Yeah.
April. The weather could be anywhere from boiling hot to snow. So my brother was out in the flea market, and of course there's 10 or 20,000 people out there, and he bet me $20 that it would snow because it was so cold out. And I said, as far as I can recall, it's never snowed on the hamvention, so I'll take that bet. So he went off to one end of the flea market, and I went off to the other. And about 10 minutes later, it started snowing
Yep.
on the flea market. And my brother found me in all those thousands of people. He found me within about 5 minutes with his hand
I don't know
out.
how he did it, man. Once you at Hera, once you separated, you didn't know if the guy was still living or not, man.
Yeah. You wouldn't see him again until you got back to the hotel.
Yeah.
He was motivated.
Yeah, I guess he was. Yeah. Yeah, old Russ says he don't even recognize you, Bill, with the good lighting you've got there.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
got
you can
Jeff
see your background. You
in
can see
3VE
you can
joining
see
us
that
here.
you're
Let's get him
inside.
on there. Yeah. All right. Hey, guys, the phone line is open. Let me put the phone number up here, and that maybe that'll help you. For all you guys out there that have a face for radio, this is the number you need to dial right there. Just dial that phone number right there, and when it answers, you just put in the code 407051 #, or whatever you call that thing now. It used to be called a pound when I was growing up, but now I think it's a hashtag or something, right?
Yeah, it's now a hashtag. I'm sorry, it's still a pound to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, let's get some people on the phone here, and let's see, Bill's calling in. Let's get Bill in here. All right, let's get some stories going here. I tell you, we would caravan up there, about 5 or 6 cars. We'd take 6, 8 people, 10 people. Would go, and we'd get one hotel room. Hey, and back then, 50 years ago, a hotel room was $30.
Yeah.
And you divide that by about 10 people, so you get your cost down to like $3 a person. So that was pretty good. I don't know if anybody remembers the Royal Motel, but it was on Keowee Street, I think, and it was a pretty rundown place. I mean, they did have a roof over your head. They had adult movies piped into the rooms. But our room had like a green toilet and maybe a pink sink, and it had a hole burned in the floor where the trash can had been set on fire. Some of the guys were even afraid to turn the sheets down and get in bed, so they slept on top of the cover. And
I'd probably sleep on top of the table in that.
yeah,
one.
yeah. So that's one experience we had there, and you know, I saw on the news one night at Dayton. They reported on the news from the site the Royal Hotel caught on fire, and it was called in by a ham radio operator. Now, can you imagine? There's probably 3,000 ham radio operators that are, staying in there. There are probably 3,000 ham radio operators in 50 rooms. But they all run out with their handy talkies, and they're all dialing, 911 or whatever to report the fire. So it was called in by a ham radio operator. So that was kind of funny. I think that's closed. I don't think it ever opened again after that. Before that, that's where I met my friend Fast Eddie. He knocked on the door, and he had a key, was trying to get in my door, and I finally let him in because he had a key. He was going to come in anyway, and I didn't realize it, but the other two guys with me went and sat down and got really quiet while I was telling Fast Eddie there that, that was my room. So I showed him my key, and he said, "No, this is my room." He showed me his key, and I didn't know it, but he had a pistol with him, and I didn't see it, but he kept calling the manager on the phone, and kept looking out the window, and he kept mentioning there's cops everywhere, and other derogatory comments. The manager kept telling him, "You got to leave." He said, "No, man, there's cops everywhere." So I don't know exactly what's going on, but he apologized to us and told us, he says, "Man, this is our regular room. We come to town. I'm so sorry." And Fast Eddie said, "Would you like to come down to our room and break it up? If you guys want to come down and bust up our room, come on down. We're so sorry we caused you this problem here." And I think they had a little room with a pool table in it. We were shooting pool in here one night, and or wanting to. And Fast Eddie came in. He ran everybody out that was on the pool table, so we could shoot some pool there. So we made a good friend with Fast Eddie. He had a Cadillac. It had the big steer horns on the front of the Cadillac, and a tag on it that said Phillips Petroleum. So I know Fast Eddie worked 50 years ago. Fast Eddie worked for Phillips Petroleum. So that's one of my stories, and I'm sticking to it. We survived it, Oh, let's see. So, what you got a story there, Glenn?
Yeah. I haven't been going to Dayton as long as you guys have. I started going in like 2014 when I did my first book. I mean, I've heard about Dayton all my life, and finally decided it was time to start going. And I kind of wished I'd started years and years ago. But the first year when they had to move to Xenia, I drove up, and fortunately, when I've got an Explorer with two people, you're able to pack a lot of extra things that you don't think you're going to need. And for whatever reason, I packed me a pair of boots, and I mean, they come up to the middle of my calf. And you also know me and Hamfest is that I must see every item in the flea market at least once.
Yeah.
And this was that year that they had the torrential rains. The first year, the whole flea market was nothing but mud. And I saw everything that was there in the flea market to see. But I came by to see you out in the tent, and I literally had mud up to my kneecaps.
Well,
I was just dripping in mud from having to walk through that whole flea market. Now they fixed that since then.
if you didn't make it to Woodstock, you got to repeat.
I made it at Xenia.
You got to repeat there what it was like here at Xenia the first year they opened up out at the fairgrounds. So,
but I got to see everything.
Yeah, there was a lot of people stuck out there. Oh man!
Oh, yeah.
Somebody told me all the little scooters they were riding around on. All the scooters were stuck.
If you took a scooter out there, you were instantly stuck. You didn't stand a chance.
That's right. I wonder if they had to get a tow truck to pull the scooters out.
I know they had to get tow trucks to pull a lot of the RVs out.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that's probably the most crazy and fun story I've got from Xenia. Now, you want to start talking cat shows? Oh, I got stories that'll blow.
No, we'll pass
blow
on the
y'all
cat
away.
show tonight. Okay, unless we just run out of something to talk about.
We'll run out of material, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you can get the cats to cough up some parts or something, we'll watch that.
I'm sure they've stolen some. The desk is full of parts.
Yeah. All right. Hey, let me ask this question. Everybody out there in the chat room, if there's anybody that wants to try to make a contact with us on HF, tell me right now what band you think is best. I'm just right outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Tell me what band, and we'll crank up the remote base here in a minute. I want to try to work you guys. Let's see how many contacts we can make on the remote base. We're going to be using this in the truck going up tomorrow, and hope to make some good contacts here. Oh, let's see.
New guys in the chat room here.
Yeah.
Jeff, why don't you tell us about your best hamvention experience?
You know what? I started coming out to hamvention, I guess the year after the sewer break.
Yeah.
So I don't know what year that was, but
2009, I believe.
2009. Thanks, Bill. So I heard that story, and I just figured I had to come out and just start spending time. All my buddies were saying, "You got to come, you got to come," and I've been out every year since. I think the best time I've had is hanging out with Tom, because he's such a nice person and he does such a great service to ham radio. I don't have any really great stories other than just enjoying my time. With meeting my friends that I talk to on the air on 80 meters and HF, and then hanging out with Tom.
Well, all right. Hey, are you going to bring your what is it, maestro? What do you call it?
Yeah, I am actually. So I'm driving out this year for the first time in many years. We've been my buddy and I at Jim have been flying out, but this year the price of the flight and the rental cars, and I'm in the Philadelphia area, so it's it's 600 miles. It's not that bad. It's about a 8-9 hour drive.
Wow. Yeah.
It's
about halfway. It's about halfway between us and you. I mean, we're 537 miles away.
Okay, I think we're like 600, so it's not too bad. So we decided to do that, and the other reason was because we couldn't get a nonstop flying back. So we'll be driving out. So I have a brand new car that with 3 months old. I just put my 2-meter 440 Icom 5100 in it over the weekend, and I think I got my iPad, I got my iPhone as a hotspot, so I think I'm going to bring my Maestro and set it in the car and try to make some HF contacts on the way, and then also.
Now, when are you leaving? Wednesday or Thursday?
We're going to leave Thursday morning about 5 a.m.
Okay, all right.
So we should be out there 2-3 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. We'll see you then. Come on out. We'll probably see you then. We'll
All right,
out there somewhere.
I sent you a text, Tom.
What was that?
I sent you a text.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your note earlier. Yeah. Okay. We'll take care of you there. All right. So let's see, man. Nobody is dialing the phone number. I don't think.
Well,
unless
I want to tell you about mine. Okay, the first time I went out there was in 1982.
I thought you were going to say 1918.
I was stationed at the Pentagon. Okay, and Haas Karimi, W5, ZAI. Okay, he's a silent keynote, but he said to me, he says, "You got to come to hamvention." I says, "Okay." I says, "How do I get there?" He says, "Well, you can either fly or drive." Okay, so I got a rental car out of National Airport, and I got in the car, and I drove all the way out there to Ohio. All right. I decided that I was, I stayed at I think it was the Holiday Inn North, okay? And I had no idea where I was going. I mean, I'm following this map, and I went up 75, and I saw Wagner Ford Road, and I come around, and so I get to the hotel. All right. So the next day, I said to myself, well, I got to get something to eat. Well, I went up, what was it? The main drag there, and got on Needmore Road, and I saw this Waffle House. Well, I'll tell you, there was a line out the door at the Waffle House, and I said to myself, oh God, I'm not even going to get a chance to eat. But they all more or less cleared out. I mean, this is like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm saying to myself, well, okay, I still got time. So I went and I ate, and I come out, and I said to myself, well, now I got to figure out how to get over there. So they had opened up a cow pasture, okay, on the far left side of the building there, okay, and it was mud. All right, well, I got stuck in the mud. I left the headlights on, and the bloody thing was dead as a doornail. All right, and I said to myself, I'm not going to come back here again.
So why did you fly to Nashville? I mean, there's closer airports.
Well, I'll tell you, Tom. Okay, I was in D.C. from 81 to 85. Okay, so I drove out every year. Okay, and then when I went overseas, let's see, 85 to 89. So when I came back, okay, I came back in November. So I guess it would have been 1990. The next time that I come out there and caught up with a IOOK next to the booth that you used to have out there in the flea market, okay, and I got my technician license there at the Meadowdale School in I think it was 1983, and I upgraded to general in 1985. So I had a radio that I brought with me when I drove out, and I was working on 40 meters and this, that, and the other, trying to keep up with whatever Keith was doing out there at his house. And we always met the day before, the day before, which would be Thursday morning, but for 9 o'clock to go out there and put the booth up. I'm telling you, it was. I'm glad they changed it from there to Xenia, though. I mean, it's a little easier to do things and whatever. I mean, I have no animosities, even though I fell in the mud like Glenn did. I think the first year I was there, those tractors put me out in the West 40 there of the parking lot there, and when I come back through, I must have spent $30 on. A car wash down the street there to clear all the mud off the undercarriage of my car, so I didn't have to pay extra there when I turned the car in.
But you could have scraped it all off into those little film canisters and sold it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Now here we have Ron.
Yeah.
K9
Ron Jones.
ID.
Look,
I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if Ron has any funny stories or interesting stories.
Oh, Ron is going to tell you everything. All right, Ron, over to you, buddy.
Okay, let me unmute here. And you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So all I can say is that I've been going to Dayton since about 1973 or 74.
Wow.
And as can be expected, the stories are a little wilder the further back you go.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are.
Because I'm just getting a little too old now, and I don't want to admit to being old, and I certainly don't think of myself as old. But because in my mind I'm still this college kid, like, hey, we're gonna go party in Dayton, right? Except I'm working a booth with my wife and my son, and and stuff like that. But
yeah, now our idea of a party is staying up past 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's about it. Because by the end of the day, you're so exhausted from having worked the fest the whole day. But just some of the stuff, Dayton was,
It was kind of magical.
well,
There's something special about it.
Yeah.
like Tom was saying earlier.
I think he's looking for a term similar to rowdy or something a little more extreme.
Like Tom was saying earlier, it was the guys' weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'd go out there. When you're college kids, you don't think about having 10 guys in a room. Some of them are sideways across the bed, and some of them are in sleeping bags on the floor, and one of them's laying across the table, and one of them's in the bathtub, and one of them is, one of them's asleep in a chair, and then you kick the other guy out of the chair onto the floor. And I think the statute of limitations has probably run out on this one, but there was an incident involving a very good friend of mine who sadly now is a silent key. So even if the statute of limitations hasn't run out, there's not much they can do to him. Having to do with an ice bucket that was being used to prop open a window at a very old downtown hotel. But the window just didn't want to stay up.
That wasn't a Royal Motel, was it?
No, this was a downtown hotel of several floors. And
Back when you could open windows.
Partying got a little rough, and the ice bucket went out. And the ice bucket was plastic and landed on the ground without hitting anything. The ice, however, landed on top of a police car. And
very good.
Yes, I think we made ourselves very scarce for the next many hours after that happened.
Well, we ran into the law a few years ago, probably 5 years ago. I was following my friend. He had a pickup. We were two vehicles. He was in front. We were doing about 89 miles an hour in a 70, and somehow he got through on the interstate, and he told me, on the radio, he told me there's a radar set up there, but he told me right as I passed by the radar, so it didn't help out a whole lot. And the trooper lady, it sat behind my car for a long time, and I didn't know why they were staying back there so long. But anyway, she finally came up to the door and asked me if I knew why she was stopping me. And I handed her my license, and she almost got run over by a truck coming down the interstate. So she threw that card at me, driver license, and said, "I'll be back." So she jumped in her car and went after this guy. We never heard from her. We sat there about 45 minutes, maybe longer. And I finally called them because they had already got my tag number and everything. And she told me to stay there. She said, "I'll be back." And anyway, I called them, and they called her on the radio. And I said, "Now, don't make her mad." I think I said I think she said she'd come back, but I'm not sure. Well, it was a little clearer than that. She yelled, "I will be back." So anyway, I think she'll be back. And so they called on the radio, and I said, please don't make her mad. No, we won't make her mad. So anyway, she told them, said, "They're free to go." So we got out of that one, but we actually were streaming that day from the car, and we had people all over the world watching and wanting to know what in the world's going on, and they were taking up a collection to bail us out of jail. So that's another thing we had there. So
that is one thing I'm going to miss this year is I enjoy watching that live stream, knowing that I'm going to be following you in a day or so. And it's so cool to see the trip.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you a story of one trip I did years ago to Dayton. On my way back, I was going to visit my friend in Nashville, who was one of the repeater trustees on one of the biggest repeaters in Nashville, Tennessee. And unfortunately, in Kentucky, my car had an oil issue. It was leaking oil, and I had to go and get that repaired. And by the time I got into, and I called him up on the phone and said, "I won't be able to make it." And I said, I'll be there probably through midnight. He says, "Well, I'll probably be in bed by then." So I didn't get to see him. But as I drove through, I decided to call on the repeater to see if maybe he was still up. And the voice ID on the national repeater said, WBADLK, please check your oil. And it would keep repeating that. And it did that for several days.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But
Well-
I do remember the leaky roof in the food area of Hera Arena. That was always fun to see big trash cans under the leaks. You made sure there were certain tables you didn't sit at during a rainstorm. And it was always fun. You always knew when it was raining outside because the aisles got so crowded that you couldn't move about inside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everybody would come inside when you knew it was raining outside.
Oh,
'cause
it was raining, certainly.
Yeah. You couldn't. It was like salmon swimming upstream. You couldn't move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the famous. I hate to say it this way, but
I'll just say it.
How some ham radio operators smell.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but
All
thank
right.
you for
I don't feel
you get
so
that
bad.
you get that you get that humidity, and you get about 80,000 people come in the same room right there. Yep,
Some
I
people
know
don't
exactly.
have a shower in the morning.
I can smell it right this moment,
Ugh.
man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I love everybody, but take a bath in the morning.
yeah, man. Yeah.
There's this thing called deodorant. Use it.
Exactly.
Somebody mentioned they mentioned Doug Wheelock, astronaut Doug Wheelock, in the chat room. I didn't even ask Doug this year since we are not going to stream. I didn't send an invite up to Doug this year. He's been with us for 8 years now. He missed 1 year with us. His father died, and Doug spent a lot of time up there and didn't have any leave left when he was in the military. But I think Doug really, I think, enjoyed coming there with us and signing autographs and meeting people. And for 8 years, he was there. And
He's a really good guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
eight years he made it. This year, though, I didn't want to be tied down to the booth and all the work and everything, and I couldn't, provide him what he needed. Now, I am going to try to see if I can get him to Huntsville. He's very, familiar with Huntsville. He did his helicopter training in Huntsville. Huntsville has the NASA center there, and maybe I can talk Doug into coming down to Huntsville, which I think would be great for
Yeah,
him to
that'll be fun.
get down there.
Well, I've got another quick story that I can tell. It was the last year at Harrah's. That parking lot at Hera turned into a lunar landscape. I mean, it was just nothing but rocks. There was not a level piece of ground in the entire flea market area. And, I'm out there with sneakers and my feet are just getting destroyed walking on these sneakers. And comes time to leave for the day. And I was riding the bus back over to the Holiday Inn there in Fairborn with the QRP Archie guys. And just before I get to the bus, I literally had a shoe blowout. The sole separated from the top half of the shoe, and I'm walking to the bus, and it's going ka-thump, ka-thump.
Yeah, flopping on you. Yeah.
Nothing a little duct tape couldn't fix, but that lunar landscape of the flea market literally destroyed a virtually brand new sneaker.
Man.
Wow.
All right. Hey, is there anybody in the chat room that tried to call the phone number? Maybe the phone number is not working. It appears to be working. We haven't used it in a long time. We're supposed to be able to take 1,000 simultaneous calls, and right now I'm seeing 0 over there. So let me know if anybody tried calling that number and
That
it
doesn't
didn't
make
work.
sense.
Let me give you one ringer and see if
I
it
was going to
works.
say I could ring it too, but go ahead, Bill.
Glenn, you were talking about losing a shoe. I lost a hand truck.
Hand truck. Well,
We were closing out. We were leaving. Oh, there we go. There's our Xenia Warrior Hamfest.
That's a nice shirt.
Anyway, we were packing out, and I was going across to where the truck was, and it was a little bit of a downhill slope, and the hand truck, which was in the down position where you can use it as a four-wheeler, got away from me and just started rolling, and it hit a pothole, and it bent the hand truck.
Oh, wow.
I have a question for you, Tom.
Yeah?
Is the number still 901-286-1116?
No. No.
Look on the screen.
I've got it on the screen. I've got it on the screen. I posted it in the chat room.
716-427-1083.
Yep.
It's working.
Oh, wait,
I'm gonna
somebody's
hang
in
up.
there. Somebody's in there. Let's see who it is.
That was me. I
Let's
just
see.
hung up.
Say it was you. Are you there?
It was me. It was
Oh,
me.
you're not there anymore. You're gone.
No, he hung up. Once he
Okay.
got through, it was like, I don't want to talk to you guys.
Yeah, well.
No, Tom, it was me. And
Yeah, it's working. Yeah, at least I know it's working, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this will be my. I've missed a few years when I was in college, but now I think I've been to 50. This will be my 50th hamvention.
Wow.
50,
That's
and,
very
and this is the 70th. This one, this month, is the 70th hamvention.
Gee, I feel so
1969.
young. This is only
All
like
right,
my
we got
eighth one.
Mark P. Hey, Mark, on the phone. Are you there, Mark?
I am here.
All right, just checking the levels out here.
It is working.
I hear you. Let me think. Need more volume.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
How about right
There you
there?
go.
Maybe you
Testing.
just need. Maybe you're talking too low. All right. So
Oh, well,
that's
talking
good.
normal.
That's good. So, all right, everybody in the chat room. This is Mark. 2 or 3 years ago, I delivered a HF radio to him. He got his license. I made him an antenna. And I'm hearing this week he's just now got the antenna up in the tree, but he can't get the coax in the house. Now, Mark, what's the problem?
All the things that I need to work on around here.
I was going to say, one good sledgehammer will fix that little problem.
Will the windows? I know your house is old. I think it was built during the Civil War.
Almost.
Yeah. So do the windows open?
Sort of.
Sort of. Will it go up enough that you can get a coax connector through them?
I was going to say, will it go up enough that you can put an ice bucket in it?
Can you get under the house?
Nope.
Do you have a floor where you can go under the house?
It's a crawl space.
All
in
right.
the area.
Drill you a 1-inch hole through the floor. Will the wife let you do that?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, she will. She's not going to
Now-
even know about it.
You know, I had to run some network cable under a trailer, and I went to Walmart and bought me one of the little RC cars and did exactly what you're talking about. Drilled a hole, pushed the cable down, right at the edge, got it under the RC car, and drove the length of the trailer to where it had to go. Didn't even get myself muddy on that one.
Well, that's cool, man.
Well,
that's
they got these things there that go under the window if you can open the window, and it's got two SO238s on it. You attach one, RG58 from the radio to that, and then you just attach the antenna to the coax to the antenna to the other one. I mean, it's a little stripper thing, I mean, very, very thin. Okay.
Yeah, MFJ has them.
Yeah, well, it's Comet sells them, and they're at HRO and everything else. I mean, you could probably buy one at Hamvention.
Oh, I bet you can.
Yeah.
I've been told that if it's something for ham radio, if it's not at Dayton, you're at the wrong ham fest.
There you go.
All right. Hey, guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn the remote base on. Maybe we can stir up some activity with that. So, look, let's do this real quick, and we'll continue our talk because maybe nobody call us. I don't know. But, all right, so I'm going to turn on the remote base. Let's see if I can figure out how. I haven't used this tablet in a long time. All right, so here we got the tablet right here. I played with my phone while ago. I cranked up my phone. So what I'm going to do here is, I got too many things here. Got too many. Okay, first of all, I'm going to turn the power on. So I use a little internet power deal here called Wemo, and okay, it's actually on. I'm going to turn it off. All right, that turned it off, and I'm going to turn it back on. All right, the power just came back on. All right, now I'm going to, I'm going to try to open up the app here. Let me see if I can open up this app, start, and we're going to turn it on. All right, we're on 7130. I don't hear.
Now, Ron in the chat room was saying you can find anything at hamvention. Stuff you threw out years ago is at Hamfest. I go to the flea market literally to see what gear has moved from which table to what table.
Tom, you might want to go above 7175, so if they're general class, they can at least,
I'll do that. Can you guys hear this over the video?
I hear something in the background. That's about it.
Oh, okay. I've got to.
You got to patch the audio in.
I got. I don't know what the speaker is. Can you hear that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I hear it.
Trying to put a mic by it.
Speaker's probably.
Let me see where the mic. Let me see where. All right. What's the general band?
I would go above 7175.
Okay.
All right, so 7180.
Yeah, 7175 is okay. So we'll go above 7175. Let me do this. Let me just do this. 7.175. We'll do that. And we'll go up a little higher.
Yeah, 7180, 7185. I mean,
Let's go around 71. Let's say 7180. All right, guys, we're on 7180 right now. We're on 7180. If anybody has a rig out there, try to give us a call. And let's see if we hear you.
I know I'm too close.
All right, I'm going to take... Wait.
Too far for ground wave and...
I hear somebody.
Yeah.
This is Whiskey 5, Kilo Uniform Bravo, W5 KUB. All right, we may have to go to 20 meters or something. We'll give everybody a chance to get on here and find us.
Sounds like there's a W7 station calling.
Wait a minute, I hear somebody. Oh, I hear Bruce. N7XGR, N7XGR. This is W5 KUB. Do you copy, Bruce? I hear a couple of people trying to talk to me.
Romeo, Norway 7, X-ray, Romeo there, Tom. I copy.
Yeah, okay, Bruce, I copy N7XGR, W5 KUB. I copied a lot of static on here. And I heard another station calling me. I don't know who that was, but I'm hearing you. It's probably not just a nice signal where we could carry on a conversation. We might try 20 meters here in a few minutes, but how are you copying us, Bruce? Over. Must be pretty bad. QRZ, this is Whiskey 5, Kilo Uniform Bravo, W5 KUB. Well, I'm hearing people in there, but man, we've got. I heard a zero. I bet that's Russ. Is that you, Russ? Was that you, Russ? This is W5 KUB. All right. We just have too much static right now on 40. We're going to have some storms come in here in a minute. Let's see if 20 meters is open real quick, and wait. All right, we're going to go to let's go to 20 meters. So let me get on 20 meters here. So I'm going to hit the band, and I'm going to go 20, wherever 20 is. There it is. 20 meters. We're going to go upper sideband. There we go. And Bill, what's the general band? What I need to go up to?
I believe it's 70. 14,250. 14,250.
Okay. 14,250. All right, we'll go up there to 14,250. Let me key it in here. 14. Dot.
14,225.
2. Let's go 250. Enter that. 14,250. Well, that didn't work very good. Let's see.
7,300. Joel, stand by, and
The band sounds a little better.
about 90 watts right now.
14,225. Let me go up. 14. Dot. We'll say 230. All right. All right. That was a pretty good signal. Okay, let's try 20, guys. Get on 20 meters. Did I tune up? No, I didn't tune up, but I guess I should have. I should have done that. Although the radio, I think.
Weird to hear that 20's open after dark.
Let's see. Let me go back. I'm gonna go to 230. We're on 230. 14,230. And let's do this. 14,230. Let me go. What am I doing here? CW. And well, there's no tuning to do actually. Cancel. There's no tuning to be done here. Let's see. My antenna tuner. Okay, it's the antenna tuner's tuning. Okay, there we go. All I gotta do is press this. Yep. Wrong one. Uh-oh. I think I just closed it. Well, heck, okay. I need to learn how to use this before I go on my trip. Alright, we're on 14,230. Anybody out there on 14,230? Let's try it. Oh, I need to get on upper sideband. Oh. Alright. This is Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo W5 KUB. All right, where's everybody? I hear somebody. They're weak. Man, I think that may be Russ. I'm recognizing the voice. I didn't get the call. QRZ, this is Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo W5 KUB. Was that you, Russ? Signal's too weak. Yeah, that's Russ. But Russ, your signal's too weak. Too weak, man. Way too weak. Can't copy it. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it on 14,230 for a few minutes, and turn the volume down a little. I'm going to leave it on, and you guys give me a call. I'm on 14,230. All right. Well, back to our group here. Is that static bothering you guys too much?
No, I don't hear it.
It's what?
20's that's not even static on 20. That's quiet.
Well, yeah, I mean, it looks like we're running about an S1 noise, but
the slow scan
it's
frequency, but nobody's there.
yeah. Okay, Mark says he's hearing us in Peoria. All right.
He's saying W5SKW is being heard.
All right. Well, okay. I wonder about. Hey, let's look at 80. Let's look at 80 and see what 80 looks like here, real quick. 80 is usually pretty quiet. Let's go to 80 meters.
Should be good.
We're going to go to lower sideband. Well, that don't sound much better, to tell you the truth. It don't sound good at all.
I know 40 was good the other day because my little cube radio was just rocking on that day.
I can't believe I'm not hearing anything on 80.
Sure,
Man.
your antenna's connected.
There's as much static on 80. So we've got a lot of storms. All right, we're going to go back to 40. 71, 80. Lower sideband. There we go. Uh-oh. Restart that. Nope. 7.180. All right.
Break with you, and I would like to go to line 94, line 90, something like that's hanging in there.
And it won't come at any other time. It'll only be the first Monday of the month. And I can speak without fear of contradiction, as history has proven me to be correct about this. But you will be getting it.
Who's it saying that?
All right, guys, we're going to let it sit on 7191. 7191. And I'll try to make it a little quieter here. If anybody wants to, give us a call, we're on 7191. But this is what we'll be using on our trip. All right.
Somebody calling CQ right above 91.
That's just too noisy.
I don't know what kind of contest is going on. Somebody calling CQ contest on 92.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to turn it off.
Maybe he's just a little late waking up on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off here.
Yeah, I had the 735 in my car back in the 80s when we were driving to cat shows. And,
Yeah, I actually won this one at Hamvention in 1987.
oh, cool.
They pulled my ticket. This was like fourth or fifth prize or something.
Wow. Yeah, Dave Boswell, N4APY, was showing cats as he was part of our gang, and so he and I would always be driving, so one of us would be operating while we're driving the 4 and 5 hours to a cat show.
I'll probably throw this in the mobile when we go out to Oregon for CPAC.
Yeah. It's a cute little radio.
All right, I see Mark is still on the phone. Nobody else is calling in.
Charlie's being awful quiet tonight.
He is. Charlie, what are you up to? Talk to us.
Seeing a bunch of signals on.
Come on in, Charlie.
look at that, a 735 with a pan adapter.
Oh, ain't that slick?
Richard Quinn.
Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody on the phone. We got somebody. Richard, are you there?
Quinn, KB3 ZVH in Erie, Pennsylvania.
KB3 ZDH. Richard?
Yeah, I just had a little thing that happened, what was it, 3 years since we've last had hamvention. God, it doesn't seem like it's been that long. When I went by Gordon West's booth, and he asked me where I was from, and I said I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, and his eyes lit up, only to find out that his wife is from Erie, Pennsylvania. So
wow.
That was kind of a small world.
Yeah.
And this year I'm saving some newspapers and taking down to her so she can see what's happening in the old homestead. So really looking forward. I'll be leaving about 10 o'clock Thursday morning. I'm staying at the KOA campground and kind of save some money this year. Hopefully it doesn't rain. So
well, I think we're going to get a little rain one morning, maybe, but it's not going to amount to maybe anything, So I think it'll be good.
Forecast I saw.
Waterproof, so
Be sure and come by and try to find our booth. We're in Building 2, right there by the door. Building 2. We're at 2804. You'll see our banner and everything up. Come by and see us and say hello. And you mentioned,
okay, most definitely.
yeah, you mentioned Gordon. Here's a picture of Gordon right here, Gordon West. He is trying out to be one of our first helmet cam guys, but unfortunately he didn't make the cut. He's with a different network now, and but we like Gordon, but he just didn't make the cut for the helmet cam, and that was quite a number of years ago.
Well, I like the idea that you're taking a vacation. Hey, it's your turn to enjoy the convention and be able to get out and enjoy it.
Yeah, somebody said, why don't I give a recap of our plans? I'll kind of tell you what's up for us this year in our schedule.
Plan is there's no plan.
Yeah, there is no plan. Well, there is a plan, but it's a pretty basic plan. And we're going to drive up tomorrow. We're going to leave about noon on Wednesday tomorrow. We'll get there about midnight. We'll be staying in Beaver Creek. Well, there is a plan, but we'll be in Beaver Creek. That's where we stay. We got a nice place up there, and man, there's so many nice eating places up there next to the hotel. You got Roadhouse, and you got Longhorn, and you got Cracker Barrel. You got everything up there, man. Just almost within walking distance. But yeah, so we're going to drive up tomorrow, and we'll go out and set up on Thursday morning. When we get up, we'll go out there, and our booth has been cut down to just one booth this year. We would have had two, but I think hamvention is needing the space up there or something. Anyway, they gave us one space this year that we actually paid for this year. And, we'll lay some business cards out. Hey, we're going to bring the helmet cam. And we've got the original helmet cam. It's in a trophy case. It'll be displayed there in our booth. There in 2804. And you can come by and see it. I actually am bringing a few things up here to sell. We're going to lay it on a table. I think I'm bringing four 440 log periodic antennas. They're really nice. They're about 13 elements or so, 440 log periodics. We're going to try to get about $25 a piece for them. They'd be great linking antennas, or you could even work satellite with it, Hey, I've got an ICO 5-inch oscilloscope that I'm going to sell up there, probably $20. And if it doesn't sell, the price is going to keep coming down on it, and coming down and lower and lower and lower. In fact, it may even get to the point where I mark out free, and if nobody takes it at free, I'm going to actually put a cash reward on there to take it.
I was going to say, yeah, tape a $20 bill to the top of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before when I would put trash out on the street. I'd say, take this couch and here's $20. But so I've got a 5-inch scope I'm gonna get rid of. I don't need that. I haven't turned it on. Hey, I took it out of the attic the other day. I was in storage up here, and I lifted it up. It had a leather handle on it, and that scope's pretty heavy. It had a leather handle on it, and that leather handle just came right off, man. So.
Oh wow.
So anyway, you're going to get it.
Before I leave, I was just going to say that I'm definitely going to be thanking Dara for that nice little present they gave me last year at Contest University, the ICOM 7300.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I definitely got to thank them for that. And I'll let you get another call. So I'll say 73, and we'll see you guys down there.
All right, Richard. Man, good to hear from you. We'll see you there in a couple of days. So yeah, we've got a few things. Hey, I've got some Hustler mobile antennas. I think I got an 80, 40, and a 20 resonator and the mast. Probably let those go for $15 total. What else I got? I don't know what else I got. I got 3 or 4 things. That's all. So, but we're going to set it out and mark the price really low. I'm just trying to clean out the attic a little bit here, and Kathy wants me to clean it out. She says the floor is going to fall through if I don't.
Yeah, your attic probably looks like Martin Shue's office.
Yeah, it kind of looks like.
No.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. I've got shelves and racks up there with. Man, I've got so much. I've got. And look at this. Look at this. See this? Look at this. See that signal generator right there? It's not there anymore. It's up in the attic, and there's a Motorola signal generator there, a UHF generator. I'd let those suckers go for almost nothing, but they're so heavy. They're so heavy, and so that's the kind of stuff I've got. I just, it's hard to get rid of stuff like that,
Now, every time I see Martin's office, it's like just one more paper clip, and those shelves are coming down.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see they're just warped, and you're just like, how much longer will that last?
I haven't talked to Martin in about a week, but I think he's going to Dayton. He says he's been every year. I think he's been every year for the 70 years that they've had it, probably. So that's a pretty good record. So
yeah,
he'll be up there and.
There she is.
Yep, there's the demon child.
Yep.
Miss Rodan.
Yep. She wants to go to a cat show so bad, but it's been 2 years. But anyway, I can't believe it's day after tomorrow. I'm ready to go. I'm literally ready to go out to the car now and just hit the road.
Yeah.
I need Dayton. I need my Dayton fix.
It's is Max going this year, Tom?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Max in a while. All right, so let me finish our plans. So we'll set up on Thursday, and then we're gonna walk around Friday and Saturday all day. We're not gonna be tied down to anything. Usually, when we do our webcast, we don't even have time for lunch, and that's pretty bad.
Well, if you go out there about 11:30, Tom, they're serving persimmons on the veranda at the IOOK booth.
Oh, really? Oh, what day is that? What day is that?
Oh, well, every day. Well,
Oh.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
All right, they serve persimmons.
All right.
is-
Well, I can't
which
make
is-
it Friday because Friday we'll be with Bill. We'll be doing the Pico Balloon Forum from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We'll be launching 3 balloons on Friday. 2 will be APRS balloons under the call sign of the Dayton Club, I think, the W8 BI call. And then we're going to try to get a Whisper one of our Whisper ones launched. Again, it's going to be a difficult launch. Winds are going to be 30 miles an hour. The runway we've got is very short, and there's all kinds of stuff in the way. But we're going to try. Mark's on the phone with us here. Mark Pupo is going to help us. He's working on launching pad apparatus now where we can at least get our balloon maybe at 30 feet before it launches. So that'll give us a little bit of margin maybe to get over the power lines in the buildings. If we can start off at 30 feet and maybe climb 5, that's better than starting off at 0 feet and only climbing to 5. So we're going to do that. We'll do that as Friday. I want to look around. We will get some video. We've got our cameras and stuff with us. We will record. We'll talk to neat people and funny things and special things, and we'll get some video, enough video that we can bring it back here, and we'll show it on the Tuesday night show probably for a week or two. So that's Friday and Saturday. Our plan would be not to go back out to hamvention on Sunday morning, but to start our 10-hour drive back. If we can't see it all on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, then I don't know. But hey, we're open, and it may be Sunday morning. We may decide to go back out there for 2 more hours. Get out there at 8 o'clock and maybe leave at 10 o'clock. And the nice thing about that is that's Eastern time. When we get home, we're on Central time, so we gain an hour.
Extra hour back.
So if we leave at 10 o'clock in the morning up there, we're actually leaving at 9 o'clock in the morning, and add about 10 hours to that, and that would put us in here about 7 at night or something like that. So
I have to warn you there, Tom.
What's that?
They don't open the exhibits until like 9, Friday and Saturday, and wait a minute.
Well, but we can get in early.
Oh yeah, well you got the vendor tickets. So,
yeah, we got vendor. We'll be in. We can get in here. We can get in here at 8 o'clock.
General public. I mean,
Yeah, we can get in here at 8 o'clock, and that'll give us a chance.
I would always go out to wait for me to win the main prize. Out of 50 years I've been at the Dayton Hamvention, I have won one $5 book on how to become a ham radio.
Yeah, well, Bill,
You're ahead of me.
out of all these years, I've never looked at the monitor to try to match a number up to see if I won anything. That's how busy we've been, basically. Or it was the years that we were outside and there was no monitors out there, so we were lost back then. So
right.
I don't know if I won anything or not.
Yeah, now, if you're going to go to Tom's booth, don't forget right across the way from Tom is Ron, and his stuff is over there.
Yeah.
And I'll be at the ARRL area Friday 1 to 2, and then Saturday 11 to 12, plus various times throughout the weekend, because they've got a reserved chair for me to sit down and relax anytime I want to. And those of you that have been to Hamvention know that chairs are at a premium.
Man, we used to, and that's why we wanted to still have our booth, even though we're not streaming. We wanted a booth where we can sit down and get off our feet and maybe get,
Exactly.
a Coke or some water or something, and just, a snack, and or maybe come in during the rain, and not have 80 million people around us. At least in our booth, we'll probably have a few friends come inside the booth, but it won't be packed. And we may have to put a chain up or something, but yeah. So that's a plan. And other years, over the 30 years, let's see, 38 years we've been going, 39, I guess. I don't know if this is our 39th or 40th. The pandemic messed us up here. I don't remember. I thought we were at 38 or 39 before the pandemic. But so the Air Force Museum is less than a mile, I think, from our hotel out there at Beaver Creek.
I'm going to go, and I still haven't made it yet.
Well, we've gone out there, but it's an all-day deal, man. That is a big place. The Air Force Museum is a big place. Lots to see.
It's an incredible experience, and that might be something you might want to do on the Sunday, Tom, because that's what we would typically do.
Yeah.
Particularly if we had out-of-town guests, we would take them to the Air Force Museum on Sunday, and it was always a great.
Well, if you go, be sure to go inside the nuclear reactor they have out there.
They've got the space wing in there now, so it's really.
I think the Glenn, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Memphis Belle is there now.
I believe you're right. I think they've just finished restoring it.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be restored in time for the last Dayton that they had, but they've been restoring it, so I think it should be finished.
Some of the guys from Memphis here that went up there about 3 years ago got a special tour of the Memphis Belle as it was being refurbished. They got a special private tour of it, and it's kind of neat to see the Memphis Belle up there.
I keep meaning to go, and it's just, I'm just going to have to, like Bill says, I need to go up an extra day and just plan for that to go to the museum.
Hey, here's Tony in the chat room. Tony, VK3YV. He says, we did the Air Force Museum yesterday, all day, he said. Now, I think Tony, if I'm not mistaken, flew into California and maybe drove. Tony, did you drive all the way from California to Dayton this past week?
Yeah, but for somebody from Australia, that's like driving to the 7-Eleven down the corner.
Well, it might be. Could be.
Well, it depends. If he's in the eastern part, the middle part, or the western part.
Well, I'll tell you something.
You're always in the wrong part.
I'll tell you one thing I've got against Australia, and I've got something here that I'm against Australia about. The last time I was there, I walked up the hill to a McDonald's, and I was going to get a sausage and biscuit, because I always have a sausage and biscuit every morning. They don't sell sausage and biscuits in Australia. It's a bagel and it's a bagel and a sausage or something. Or I don't know what it is. It isn't a sausage and a biscuit. So that was just really disappointing.
And that's the thing. I love the bagel breakfast at McDonald's, and they stopped selling it pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Tony said, sausage muffin. It was a sausage muffin. That's right. And guys, a muffin ain't like a biscuit that you put sausage in. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's, I don't know. Tony, you ought to talk to him. Since you're local over here, you ought to talk to him. If they bring that biscuit in with that sausage, they might get a lot more Americans to eat there at McDonald's.
I just looked at the schedule for the
forum?
The amateur radio RHAB forum, amateur radio high altitude balloons forum.
I saw that.
It's 11:55. It's
11:55
a.m. to 1:05.
To 105, yeah, and it's in Forum 3.
And that's one of the big forum rooms.
Well, I don't know. You got Forum 1 and 2 together in that one building. Forum 3, I had to look it up. Forum 3 is in a building kind of across from it.
Right. It's a pretty good sized one.
Is it?
Yeah. They had to cut back on the number of forums this year, so I think they lost some spaces.
Well, at least I'm not out in a tent this year.
Yeah. That's probably what happened is they didn't do the tents this year. They cut back on forum spaces.
I see they spelled the word amateur wrong.
Well, and they spelled balloon wrong.
They're amateurs.
They spelled balloon wrong, too. But I'm not sure who did that, but that could be a typical spelling from like Europe or something. But I would imagine somebody.
The European spelling.
Yeah, I would imagine somebody in Dayton probably did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Tony's saying a biscuit's what you call a cracker. Yeah, but I just can't order a cracker and sausage. I just can't do it. I don't even know if they'd have one. Tony, do they have crackers and sausage there?
He drove all the way from California to Dayton. Boy, he had a wide selection of cuisine, unless all he did was stop at McDonald's.
He did it in 6 days. He must have been moving on, man.
That's moving.
Yeah, because it's normally a 9 or 10 days, from coast to coast.
6 days, but I think he got an RV, so he could kind of go to sleep at the wheel. If it's one of those new Tesla RVs that will drive itself, he could go back here and take a nap while it's driving,
Boy, I can't wait until they actually really get that kind of stuff for us humans. You know, I mean, when we were growing up, we were promised flying cars and all of that stuff, and I'm just sitting here, boy, that's a great way to travel.
I've been looking on, I see a lot of stuff on YouTube videos, and there's a lot of them out there that show the Teslas, the auto driving car, and it shows the drivers asleep, and they get pulled over. You know, they're sleeping and the thing's going down the road, you know.
And I saw one that was, the couple were, both the passenger and the driver were sound asleep, and they were on I-95 going through Boston during rush hour.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little too much trust. In,
Oh, man.
I'm not ready for that quite yet.
Oh.
No, and especially.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Charlie.
We got let's see, we got somebody out in California on the phone. Let's see who's on the phone from California.
Okay, fine.
Who we got?
G'day, Tom. It's Tony, VK3YV.
Okay, a little muffled. I couldn't. You guys understand? Who's on the phone from California?
Tom, it's Tony, VK3YV.
Oh, hey, Tony. That's the reason. That's the reason I couldn't understand you. You got an accent, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I know. We're not in California either.
Yeah, well, it's showing up here in California, man. You fooled me there, man. Now, you see, we all on here recognize the accent that you've got, and we have to listen very closely. I'm sure you can understand us perfectly well, right?
Yeah, no worries at all. And you do not have sausages with crackers.
I didn't think you did. That walk up the hill was for nothing that day. Yeah.
And the coffee is much better in Australia too, I hear.
What was that?
Coffee.
The coffee.
Oh, I don't drink. I don't drink coffee. It'll turn your hair black.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Actually, it turned mine
Only
white.
you've got hair.
Yeah. So Tony, did you drive yourself all the way, or maybe you had help driving?
I've got a mate with me, VK3 Lima Foxtrot. He shared the driving. So it's his first time into the USA. So I did the first couple of days just to teach him how to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Did you guys drive? Did you guys drive straight through, just taking turns, one drive night, one drive day?
We drove just during the day. So we came through Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then up through Utah, Colorado, and straight through to Dayton.
Wow, that's a long way.
I was going to say, you know, all those miles on the wrong side of the road had to be an interesting experience.
Well,
there's no roundabouts on the highway, hopefully.
I'll tell you what, man. They need to get a world standard. You know, I've been with friends in England, and we would step out to the street, and we would look the wrong way and step out in the road and almost get hit by a bus coming from the other direction. That's just how serious it is.
In the Bahamas, they drive on the opposite side of the road that we do. And when you come up to another car, the roads aren't wide enough when you get out of the city to pass each other. So you have to decide, is the person I'm approaching a tourist or is it a native? Because that's going to depend on which way they veer.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, I had to go to Puerto Rico to work a few times, and we would take the road up from San Juan up to the Arecibo Radio Observatory. And that is a one-lane wide mountain road with two-way traffic. And the way it worked was whoever honked their horn first on the curve got to go. And you'd look over the edge of the road, and it's, you know, a sheer cliff. And you look down and you see all of the people that didn't hear the guy coming from the other direction. There's just a mountain of cars down at the bottom of that mountain.
Hey, let me make a quick announcement here. Guys out there, if you're listening on shortwave on WBCQ, you've been listening to Amateur Radio Roundtable. Actually, the last half of Amateur Radio Roundtable, we call it After the Show, and it's where we talk about anything. Well, our time is just about up on our radio spot. We thank you for joining us today, and if you want to join us on our video show on Tuesdays, actually on Wednesday at 0100 UTC, you can go to w5kub.com and you can join us on our video show in our chat room, or you can find us on YouTube. Just go to w5kub. So thanks for joining us, and we really are happy to have you with us tonight. Hamvention's tomorrow. Next week we'll probably have some video from Hamvention. So good night to everybody out there on shortwave. All right.
I'm going to need a week to recover from hamvention.
Yeah.
That is nonstop from the minute I get off the plane until the minute I get home.
Here it is, Tuesday night. I need to go sit down, relax, maybe get some popcorn, watch some TV, edit the video, put the audio on our podcast. But I hadn't packed yet for Dayton tomorrow.
Yeah, well then you also need to sleep in tomorrow because you're going to have a late night.
Yeah, I can sleep a little bit. Yeah.
Is Kathy coming with you?
No, she's not going. It's a guy's trip. It's a guy's trip.
I got a question for you, for Tom and Glenn. Do you know where Hernando's Farmers Market is?
Yes, I go there all the time.
All right, well, my friend sells pickles there.
Oh, excellent.
Cool.
He sells all kinds of stuff. He's got chow chow and pickles and I don't know. He was a CB back when I met him out on Midway Island, and
cool.
he lives in Olive Branch, and he said to me, next time you're down this way, stop by.
Yeah. Well, what it is, that's like 8 miles south of me. And in downtown Hernando, where the courthouse is, it's kind of like on a traffic circle, and the courthouse sits in the middle. And you've got the roundabout going around the whole downtown area there, of 5 houses. But the parking spaces are all around, and on the weekend, Saturday, they set up the farmers market in the courthouse parking spaces. And so you circle the courthouse, and they got all these little booths there.
The guy's name is Pete. His wife's name is Kelly, and you can't miss it. It's called Popio's. What is it called? Popio's. Yeah. Popio's.
Very cool. Yeah, I haven't been there since before COVID. So, but yeah, I used to go there all the time because that was a great place to get fresh vegetables and stuff.
All right, guys, it is after 10 o'clock. Our show has finished. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and relax a little while, take care of a few things.
Pack too, right?
Pack a little bit.
I need to put the clothes in the dryer.
Like I was telling Glenn before the show, if we forget to take something, we're either going to do without it, or we'll buy it, or we'll buy it when we get there.
If I don't get the clothes done, you really don't want to be around me at Dayton.
Yeah.
Who's taking care of the demon children while you're gone?
Oh, I've got a friend that I help him with his computer stuff, and his wife for years had to shave one of my cats that had a medical issue, so I've known them for 20, 30 years now. And whenever I'm out of town, they come by and take care of the kids. They love them.
Oh, cool.
And the kids love them, so it's, they come by and spend the whole weekend with the gang while I'm out, off of traveling at Orlando or Dayton or whatever. So, no, she used to be the groomer at a vet, so, anything does go wrong, she'll get them right to the vet and everything, so. Generally not a problem, and like I say, the cats love them. They love strange people coming into the house. Especially Rodan. She'll meet you at the door, and it's like, come here, I'll show you where he keeps all the good stuff.
And what about Godzilla?
That's the
Godzilla
stuff
sits
that,
at- What was that, Bill?
Glenn, that's the stuff that Rodan has shoved into a secret area. All your parts that have been on the table, that's the stash.
Well, when I'm going like this, I've usually got 2 and 3 projects in various stages of assembly at any given time. And invariably, she will get up on the workbench and I start hearing stuff hit the floor. And I go to look and I don't see what hit the floor. So
You need
I
write
don't
an
know.
article about it.
I don't know what I'm missing yet. I do know I'm missing stuff. When I go to need it is when I'll find out what's missing.
When I first got my cat, Tiger, she started spending time in the Christmas tree. It looked like a cat ornament, but she was just in the tree. And then she discovered that she could dismantle the tree and that Christmas tree ornaments were great toys. And I still find, it's been 10 years, and I still find ornaments under couches and behind desks and little bits of Christmas tree.
One year, I took care of 5 Maine Coon kittens for my breeder friend when she went out to a cat show over Christmas. And here I had 5, and the only thing they can be called is demons, and a Christmas tree. And I literally had to take fishing line and tie the top of the Christmas tree to the ceiling to keep the tree from coming down, because you had this not small Maine Coon kitten or 2 or 3 climbing the Christmas tree at any given moment. Ornaments were all over the floor. I mean, it was just total chaos that year. And the only rest that we got for that entire weekend, we would take ping pong balls, put about an inch of water in the bathtub, and throw about 10 ping pong balls in the water. All 5 would come running, jump into the tub, splash, play, and about an hour later, they'd start coming downstairs just drenched from head to toe. And you knew that they had knocked all 10 balls out of the bathtub. So you throw them back in, and you get another hour. It's kind of like putting a coin in a machine. You got an hour of play out of each batch of ping pong balls. But Maine Coon kittens are just demons because they're extremely smart, extremely strong, and extremely playful. And you get 5 of them together, and it's just, Tasmanian devil in a can is the best thing you can call it.
Well, have a safe trip out there, Glenn, and we'll see you back when. Well, you be here Tuesday night, right?
I'll be here Tuesday night. Yeah.
All right. Well,
we're going to miss seeing you.
Well, if you see the guys with the blue shirts and the blue hats that say IO, okay, just tell them that I say hello, and I'll see them next year.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start flipping switches. I got about 15 switches to flip off here.
Goodbye. Hello
Good night,
and goodbye
y'all.
to all.
We'll see you.
Charlie.
Say
Goodbye,
good night, Charlie.
Hi,
Bye-bye.
Charlie.
Good
See
night.
everybody in Dayton.
See ya.
And Ron, we'll see you up here. I think your booth's real near ours.
See you Thursday, guys.
We're rolling at Dark 100 on Thursday morning, so
Okay.
about a 5-hour trip down. So
Okay. We'll see you. We'll see you
all
there.
right, see you then.
See ya.